Hi, I'm Gary Esling, Product Marketing Specialist for Raven. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about the RCM and the different products that it controls and go into some of the features for each different product. So as we look at the Raven RCM, it can do up to 5 different products at a time for each application. Let's look at dry first. So what we can do is 5 different products, 5 different bins. In addition, we can also do spinner control. And if you have a machine that has a right and a left belt in your dry spreader, we can control them both at the same time as well. And you know what the other nice thing is? If you go around a curve, we can enable turn comp to make sure that everything's spinning and applying at the same precise rate. We also use load cells for scales to determine the tank level as you empty out your bins. Now when we go to liquid, we can do 1 product, but we can do up to 4 injection pumps. Another nice thing we have is an outlet. We can add a second flow meter, and we can use a remote fill with a separate display you can put right on the side of the machine, or you can see it inside the cab. We also have a pressure transducer for our tank level rate. We can determine as your tank empties, we can determine the pressure level, and we can tell you how far your tank is emptying down. When it comes to NH3, you can use the regular AccuFlow, or we can use AccuFlow HP+. In addition, we can add 2 products, and we can do up to 14 total sections. Now it also employs what's called dynamic valve control. So that means when your rate is higher, the ball valve will react quicker. When your rate is lower, it'll sense that, and it'll make the ball valve move at a slower pace, so now it has to jump and to make your system be more erratic. And it also has a temperature sensor. It can sense vapor within your system and will give you an alarm if vapor is going through the AccuFlow system. When it comes to air carts and seeders, it also can do up to 5 products, and it uses load cells and scales to determine the level of the seed or the fertilizer in the different tanks. We also are able to do blockage monitoring of all the tubes by section, and we can give an alarm if issues come up accordingly. When it comes to dry manure, we also use load cells, and the nice thing with that is you can use a spreader constant and you do what's called a dynamic cal. It'll constantly adjust the density as you go because there's different types of density of manure, whether it's a bit drier or more wet. It'll adjust that on the fly to give you an accurate application. These are just some of the many things that the Raven RCM can provide for you. Go to your dealer and find out how it can work for your applications.